Even when Will and Kate came over, carried through.
But sometimes things are just completely out of your control, like construction noises while doing an interview.
Let's take the guesswork out of it. So, holding for sound.
We're good, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. All right. Quiet on set.
Quiet on set.
Small grassroots organizations where you can see a higher level of impact, in my opinion, because there's a lot less red tape.
Now, the technique that Kate Middleton uses, it's so simple but hard to execute. Very simply, she does not react. She keeps her...
Okay, let's break it down. It's official. Meghan Markle is out. And no, not in the usual tabloid gossip way. According to Fresh Buzz from Us Weekly, Prince William and Prince Catherine have cut Meghan out of their lives for good. No calls, no texts, not even a polite little Christmas card. Just straight up silence. And here's the kicker. This isn't just a temporary fight. This feels permanent. So what's got William so fired up? Well, insiders say he's not the type to yell or throw things. His anger is cold, sharp, and calculated. And honestly, it's not just about Meghan. It's also about Harry's constant airing of royal family business in public, especially that recent BBC interview on May 2nd. That apparently was the final straw. From that moment on, William and Catherine were like, nope, we're done. No more drama. Get this, Meghan's name isn't even allowed to be mentioned around Kate anymore. Palace staff have been told flat out, don't bring her up.
For kids, that's fun, so many good songs, and I've become that mom where I'm like sitting around with friends and I start singing like, Tyrannosaurus, that's the chorus, Tyrannosaurus. I was like, what am I singing? Oh my gosh, I'm singing Storybox. I'm singing Storybox. I am not singing Beyonce in that.
But let's be real, this didn't just blow up overnight. It's been building for a long time. There's been hurt, betrayal, and total emotional burnout. Between Harry's public comments, Meghan's reported diva behavior, the tell-alls, the Netflix specials, the royal family has had enough. And at the center of all this, stress. Catherine has been battling serious health issues, and William is laser-focused on protecting her peace. That means cutting Meghan off completely.
She's just become a parody. I just find her so hilarious. Like, if you sat down to write the character of a woman who'd thrown the royal family under the bus, accused them, you've taken the title, but you don't want any of the responsibility, and you swan off to California and make rainbow fruit platters. I mean, she's just a joke.
Between Kate and Meg. Let's rewind a bit again. Keep an eye on Meghan as Kate joins William and Harry. Meghan deliberately follows very far behind Kate. But why does she do it? See how Kate seems to look almost down and avoids eye contact with Meghan?
I can say that at that precise moment, Catherine was...
And here's the juicy part. Even if things ever smooth over with Harry, which is a big if, insiders are saying Meghan will never be welcomed back. One source even said, Kate will never see Meghan again, not because she's being petty, but to protect her own mental health. That alone tells you just how deep this goes.
No one realized that Kate used a carrot to make Meghan a laughingstock. Recently, on her cooking show, Meghan pretended to be a chef, embarrassed herself. First, her way of zesting a lemon looked more like she was filing her nails. Normally, zesting a lemon requires holding the tool at an angle for easy peeling. However, Meghan's lemon stayed smooth. Second, pasta Meghan made looked like leftovers. Her noodles were clumped together. The sauce had a dull, grayish color. Everyone said she had created a kitchen disaster. Third, Meghan doesn't know how to chop vegetables at all. She only stepped in during plating, trying to cover up her lack of cooking skills. In contrast, for Kate, chopping vegetables is effortless. She doesn't need to constantly stare at the ingredients while cutting. Additionally, Kate is skilled at baking cookies and is a frequent cook. She can also easily handle the challenging task of making a cake roll. The final product had a perfect texture, impressing even professional bakers. In short, when the kitchen becomes a stage, Kate is the leading star, full of wisdom and grace. Meanwhile, Meghan acts like a clown, embarrassing herself.
But wait, it gets even spicier. Behind the scenes, William is reportedly putting pressure on King Charles. He's not just ignoring Meghan, he's done. Full stop. William sees himself as the future protector of the monarchy, especially with his dad's health reportedly shaky. And when you're stepping into that role, tough decisions are part of the job. Insiders say this one is non-negotiable. And here's some extra tea. Angela Levin, who literally wrote the book on Prince Harry, spilled that the royal family strategy is total silence. No reactions, no public clapbacks, just cool, quiet distance. And you know what? That silence is apparently driving Meghan up the wall, even more than if they'd come out swinging. Cutting off the drama's oxygen? That's the whole game plan. And honestly, it's kind of poetic. Meghan, who's famously cut off her own father and others she found toxic, is now facing the same exact treatment. But from the most powerful family in Britain. No calls, no acknowledgments, no whispers of her name in the palace halls. And it's not just William and Kate. The rest of the royal household is following their lead. The vibe is crystal clear. Enough is enough. People are exhausted. The back and forth, the media games, the sneaky interviews, it's all become just too much.
Now, I've tried all week to save you from the dangerous weapon-grade levels of cringe of this following interview, a podcast featuring Meghan Markle, but alas, we must all suffer together. Here is Meghan talking to a woman called Jamie Kern-Lima, who seems to be even more fake and insufferable than the Duchess.
Very first question, because I think in friendship it's so important. And I think so many people also have this question for you is, Meghan, how are you? And are you okay?
That's so kind. I am. I'm better than okay. How are you?
I know you always make it about me. Today, which by the way, I just have to say, you are the most generous friend. You show up for your friends. Today, I just get to talk about you, which I'm excited about.
Yes, it really is that awful. The whole hour-long ordeal may have even been longer. I may have blacked out from smacking myself in the head.
Do you watch the royal shows on TV, like The Crown or Bridgerton or any of them?
I watch Bridgerton.
Yeah?
Yeah, Bridgerton's a great show.
So
that's a period piece also. And I love Shonda Rhimes shows. So yes.
My worst camouflage against the tree.
I'm sure someone has a very sweet tooth. Yes.
So good?
Yes, perfect.
All right, so let's talk about Harry, because this is where it gets messy. While William and Catherine have slammed the door on Meghan, they're still leaving it open just a crack for Harry. It's that he's family kind of grace, but don't get it twisted. It comes with strings attached. The biggest rule? Harry needs to stop airing the family's dirty laundry in public. According to reports, the royal family doesn't even see a way forward until he zips it. So yeah, Meghan isn't just in hot water, she's on ice, like lifetime ban level. And the way they're handling it? Quietly, firmly, no public drama, which honestly makes it hit even harder. People close to William say he's not interested in petty revenge or media back and forth. What he wants is to protect the crown from turning into a soap opera. And in his eyes, Meghan Markle is everything that threatens that stability. Unpredictable behavior, endless headlines, and the way she's weaponized the media. None of that fits the royal vibe. William's response? Complete disengagement. No more second chances. What apparently pushed him over the edge was hearing Meghan's name still getting tossed around inside palace walls. That alone was too much. A hard decision was made. From now on, she's out of the picture. And Kate, already under huge stress from her health struggles, she didn't just agree, she insisted. The emotional toll Meghan's involvement has taken on her is something the public rarely gets to see.
I wonder when you watched Meghan Markle speak out, what went through your mind?
Public service, it's a bright, sharp, hot spotlight, and most people don't understand it, nor should they. The thing that I always keep in mind is that none of this is about us in public service. It's about the people that we serve. I always try to push the light back out and focus it on the folks that we're actually here to serve.
But here's the thing. Insiders say this isn't just emotional. There are reputational scars, too. Remember that moment after the Oprah interview when William, usually so polished, snapped at a reporter when someone yelled out, "Is the royal family racist?" And William fired back, "We are very much not a racist family." That wasn't just a random soundbite. That was a peek into months of bottled-up frustration. And here's the twist. That outburst? Big mistake. The palace has been dead set on no public rebuttals, and William probably regretted giving Harry and Meghan even that much satisfaction. It proved the palace's strategy of controlled silence wasn't bulletproof, and that vulnerability made William double down. Since then, it's been lockdown mode. No reactions, no slip-ups, nothing. And insiders say, that nothing? Oh, that's exactly what's driving Meghan up the wall. The irony here is just chef's kiss. Meghan, who's known for cutting off people she's found toxic, even her own father, is now facing the exact same treatment from the royals. It's like they flipped her own script on her. Total cutoff, no closure, no resolution, just distance and finality. And here's where that drama spills beyond the palace walls. Remember Edward Enninful, the former Vogue UK editor? He once bent over backward to please Meghan when she guest edited the magazine. But the word is, they're no longer even on speaking terms. That partnership, once hyped as a huge cultural moment, ended in disaster. Staff at Vogue allegedly had to tiptoe around Meghan's demands, with insiders saying she acted like a total diva behind the scenes. At the time, Edward tolerated it just to keep the connection alive. But eventually, even he was like, yeah, I'm out. And honestly, what's even juicier is how this fits a pattern. Meghan builds up relationships fast, usually with a mix of flattery and shared interests. Think mint tea chats and matching royal vibes. But when those relationships don't fully bend to her will, boom, they crumble. We've seen this over and over, from former staff to celebrity allies to media insiders. There's now a growing list of people who no longer want to be linked to her. And trust me, the palace is definitely noticing.
Who treats their partner better, Kate or Meghan? Kate is respectful and considerate towards William. In public, she always stands by his side, never steals the spotlight, and never interrupts his conversations. She follows royal etiquette, keeps an appropriate distance, and displays poise and elegance. William has a strong temper and a very orderly lifestyle. When things go wrong, he can become impatient. In addition to caring for their 3 children, Kate treats William like a 4th child, taking special care of him. Royal staff have revealed that Kate is always able to calm him down when he's upset and get him to relax. She can do this because of her upbringing. Unlike royal members who were served by others, she grew up independently. On the other hand, Meghan doesn't show the same respect for Harry. In front of cameras, she often steals the limelight from him. During photo ops, she pushes Harry to the back, and even when he gestures for space, she completely ignores him. She controls Harry's every move. If he shows any sign of independence, she gives him a warning look.
But Meghan's isolation isn't just emotional or social anymore, it's becoming highly visible. Sources are whispering that even in Hollywood circles, Meghan's shine has started to fade. What once made her aspirational, marrying into royalty, breaking barriers, crafting her own narrative, is now backfiring. People are wary. The charm that once dazzled, not landing like it used to. Former supporters have either gone quiet or just drifted away entirely. Meanwhile, Harry's walking a seriously tricky tightrope. Even though the royal family is fed up with him, there's still a small sliver of hope that he might come back. but only on their terms. And those terms? No more unauthorized interviews, no more passive-aggressive Netflix deals, and absolutely no more dragging the monarchy through the mud. It's a long shot, sure, but insiders believe there's a chance if Meghan is no longer part of the picture.
Let's make a show.
Let's go. I've always loved taking something pretty ordinary and elevating it. Surprising people with moments that let them know I was really thinking of them.
What? This is probably one of the most glamorous moments of my life.
It's magic. I'm just learning. Look at how much honey we have.
Do you believe in magic?
We're not in the pursuit of perfection. Woke us all up. We're in the pursuit of joy. Love
I can't take it anymore. Get out, get out, get out. Uncle, make it end. Make it end. What is this? Guys, I feel like I'm a very accepting person. Truly, I want to like something about her. I'm searching for something to like about her. And it's so hard because she suffers from such a rare disorder of being unable to just be a human. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen this sort of before. I've never seen someone that struggles to just give us like one strip of authenticity. Because I know other women who are listening to this podcast can totally relate. When I have my girlfriends over and we're cooking, all of us are in full glam. And we're like, it's not about perfection, but then you look at what we've made and it's literally perfect. In fact, just when I make a cake, it looks just...
But here's the real complication. Harry has deeply tied himself to Meghan's version of the story. From the Oprah interview to their Netflix docuseries to his tell-all memoir, he's gone all in. Pulling back now wouldn't just feel like walking away from Meghan. It would feel like betraying everything they've built together. And that's the trap. The more Harry defends her, the harder it becomes to step away.
Just like that with my girlfriends. I look perfect. They look perfect. The cake looks perfect, but we say it's not about perfection. Really? Because I feel like it maybe is precisely about perfection. Skipping through with honey and bees. Like who are you trying to be? And I just want to know who's around her. Because I feel like she needs Taylor Swift's marketing team. Okay. Love her, hate her, think she's a fraud, whatever you want to say about Taylor Swift. She has had a brilliant marketing team behind her. Okay. Why can't she just lend that marketing team to Meghan Markle? Why does she struggle so much with humanity? Why can't she just be like, hey, if I'm on that marketing team and I'm strategizing, I'm like, hey, here's what we're gonna do. You're just gonna be a person. She's like, what? What are you saying? You're gonna get up out of bed, okay? Your hair's gonna be a little messy, out of place. You're gonna go pick up your kids, maybe if that's what you do. And we're just gonna try to figure out like who you are. Like, I don't understand why they thought that producing what could only be described as a rom-com trailer. When I watched this, I tweeted, I thought it was going to end and say, starring Drew Barrymore and Julia Roberts in whatever too. You know, like, what is this? It's giving rom-com vibes. The music in the background. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe? What is that? Like, this is just, even when she was giving us reality, she couldn't give us reality. So I just wanted to say that if you don't like her, it's not your fault. It's because she's extremely unlikable. Okay. She has the non-it factor. It's amazing.
And while Harry keeps saying his motives are all about protecting his family, people inside the palace see it very differently. To them, Harry's no longer the prince who understood duty. They see a man using his royal title to launch media attacks, filled with half-truths and personal grievances. And here's the kicker. Even when King Charles quietly provided financial support, reportedly in the millions, to help them transition out of royal life, Harry still painted a public picture of being abandoned. That contradiction? It's driven the people behind the scenes absolutely up the wall.
She's just become a parody. I just find her so hilarious. Like, if you sat down to write the character of a woman who'd thrown the royal family under the bus, accused them of... Yeah. You've taken the title, but you don't want any of the responsibility, and you swan off to California and make rainbow fruit platters. I mean, she's just a joke.
Now let's talk about Meghan. Because insiders say the frustration is starting to turn inward, palace sources reveal she's becoming more and more paranoid about how the public sees her. Once she was super confident in her ability to control the media narrative, but now she's reportedly shocked by the cold shoulder she's getting, not just from the royals, but from British institutions she once easily charmed. We're talking the Daily Mail, The Sun, even Vogue. Outlets that once couldn't stop singing her praises are now reporting on her with harsh honesty. And yeah, that shift has been a real punch.
She is the most insecure person I have seen in the public eye in a long time. That is why everything had to be perfectly curated. Who the hell picks in a white cashmere blouse and white pants? Literally no one on earth does that. And like this garden, which is like the most over the top. Like we're all supposed to go, Maureen, to make our breakfast in the morning out to our gardens and pick our berries, our raspberries, our strawberries, our blueberries, our snozberries, and cut our mint, and then cut our flowers that are edible. But don't worry, she's a woman of the people. You can grow those just on your windowsill at home in New York, your edible flowers.
And don't forget your local beekeeper.
Yeah.
Your local beekeeper.
Oh, yeah, because she has a bee hive, which she goes to. That's how they open the whole series with her bees. And like, don't worry, if you don't have this, just go to your local beekeeper. Clearly, we're living in different worlds.
And oh, the irony here is rich. Meghan built her whole brand around female empowerment, inclusion, and transparency. But behind the scenes, critics argue she's shown the exact same behavior she claims to fight: manipulation, elitism, emotional pressure. Staff have described wild mood swings, collaborators have quietly stepped away, and even her closest allies are going radio silent. Take Edward Enninful, for example, once Meghan's biggest media supporter in the UK. Their fallout didn't splash across headlines. It didn't have to. The silence was loud enough. According to one Vogue insider, the breakup was a long time coming. Enninful had reportedly grown tired of the constant image micromanagement and behind-the-scenes tantrums. It wasn't just one bad day, it was a pattern. And when someone as connected as Enninful pulls back, oh, that speaks volumes. And let's not forget the public mood shift. Meghan and Harry were once seen as brave underdogs, standing up to a stuffy old system. But now, many see them as opportunists who've burned nearly every bridge they crossed, and that change in perception matters, big time, especially in the media. Their star power just isn't what it used to be, and doors that once opened wide are now barely cracked or completely shut. But here's the key thing: the royal family isn't celebrating their fall. This isn't some smug victory lap. If anything, there's a quiet sadness behind the palace walls. Sadness that a once-beloved prince and his wife have ended up here, estranged, embattled, and increasingly isolated. But the crown? The crown has survived worse, and it always endures by sticking to one unshakable rule: never let personal chaos overshadow the institution. Okay, now, let's get into the Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle drama, because these two royal ladies have been dancing between friendly and frenemies for as long as we can remember. So grab your tea, because we're breaking down their biggest ups and downs, and the spicy moments over the years. When Meghan
Luton and forthcoming are women.
When Meghan first stepped onto the royal scene back in January 2017, it honestly looked like she and Kate were about to be besties. Meghan was the fresh American face joining the royal fam, and Kate, ever the graceful princess, reportedly told her, "Girl, if you ever need anything, crash course, help, advice, just call me." Meghan was said to really admire how Kate balanced charity work and motherhood, and Kate apparently thought Meghan was a total breath of fresh air. Cute, right? But it didn't stay cute for long. By 2018, just before Meghan and Harry's wedding, whispers of tension started swirling. Remember that story about Meghan making Kate cry over little Princess Charlotte's bridesmaid dress? Well, Meghan later spilled in her tell-all with Harry on CBS that the real story was the opposite. Kate made her cry. But to be fair, Meghan did say Kate apologized and owned up to it, so at least there was that.
Between Kate and Meg. Let's rewind a bit again. Keep an eye on Meghan as Kate joins William and Harry. Meghan deliberately follows very far behind Kate. But why does she do it? See how Kate seems to look almost down and avoids eye contact with Meghan?
I can say that at that precise moment, Catherine was not amused.
More royal watchers pointed out Kate's clear body language.
I mean, Kate in particular looks stiff and uncomfortable and stern.
She did not want to be there.
Yes, that was not the face of someone just grieving. That was the face of someone who was feeling quite angry, I think, but holding it inside.
And when the couple starts their official walk, you don't have to be an expert of any kind to notice the clear distance between them. Also, see how Meghan keeps fiddling with her hair? Some experts say this could be a pacifying gesture to soothe herself as she is possibly feeling anxious. She also tightly clings to Harry's hand. But can you see how
Fast forward a few months, and even though they were all smiles at public events, the cracks were showing. When Meghan and Harry announced they were expecting their first baby in October 2018, Kate was publicly supportive, telling fans she was excited about little cousin time for George, Charlotte, and baby Louis. She even gushed about how special it was to have more kiddies in the family. But behind the scenes, let's just say the vibe was a little more complicated. Rumors really kicked into gear when Meghan and Harry decided to move out of Kensington Palace and into a bigger place at Windsor, about 30 miles away from Kate and William. Cue the tabloid screaming, "Royal feud!" But insiders at the time tried to calm things down, saying, look, are Kate and Meghan besties who text each other 24/7? No. But do they hate each other? Also no. Apparently, they were just two women under insane pressure, dealing with public scrutiny no one else could understand. And yes, they were even on a group chat with the guys, so not exactly the Cold War everyone imagined. All right, buckle up because we're diving into the Kate versus Meghan saga, and this drama is layered. So after months of feud rumors, both duchesses showed up to Buckingham Palace for a pre-Christmas lunch in December 2018, and then they were seen together on Christmas Day at church in Sandringham. Cameras caught them looking all chummy. Meghan even placed a hand on Kate's back at one point. Body language experts were quick to spill that this was Meghan's way of saying, "I got you, sis." But let's be real. Insiders later admitted Kate and Meghan were definitely playing it up for the cameras. Gotta keep up those royal optics, right? Jump to January 2019, and here's where it gets spicy. While under the same roof at Sandringham, Meghan and Kate had no choice but to face each other, and they finally aired some grievances. Word is Meghan felt totally snubbed by Kate, while Kate confessed she thought Meghan was just using her to climb the royal ladder. Imagine being a fly on that palace wall. By August 2019, insiders were whispering that Meghan was feeling crushed by the constant comparisons to Kate. She reportedly felt isolated, trapped by harsh British press, and frustrated that she wasn't allowed to clap back publicly. Meghan even said later in interviews that while Kate got flack like being called Weighty Katie, it was nothing compared to the rude and outright racist attacks Meghan faced, and unlike Kate, no palace press team ever rushed to defend her. Then came more holiday drama. December 2019, Harry and Meghan ditched the royal Christmas traditions and spent it with Meghan's mom, Doria Ragland. Cue even more feud rumors. But insiders claimed it wasn't just Kate and Meghan's strained relationship fueling the tension. It was mainly the growing rift between William and Harry. Meghan and Harry wanted Archie's first Christmas to be stress-free, so they kept things low-key and family-focused. But the real bombshell? Just days after reports said Kate wanted her kids to spend more time with Archie in 2020, Harry and Meghan blindsided everyone by announcing they were stepping back from their senior royal duties. And get this, they dropped that news right before Kate's 38th birthday. Insiders said William and Kate were completely blindsided, and many believe Meghan was the one driving the whole Megxit move. After Queen Elizabeth confirmed that Harry and Meghan would no longer use their HRH titles, insiders revealed the obvious. Meghan and Kate hadn't spoken since all the drama exploded. Meghan reportedly felt free living in Canada, happy to be away from London and palace life. And here's the kicker. After Harry and Meghan's bombshell tell-all interview in March 2021, sources confirmed that Meghan and Kate hadn't spoken directly in over a year. Their tension only got worse as Harry and William's relationship continued to fall apart. One insider put it bluntly, Kate and Meghan were never that close to begin with, and now the brothers' feud has made it nearly impossible for the women to even pretend to be friendly. Early on, they tried, but once they realized they didn't see eye to eye on palace life, that was pretty much the end of the sister-in-law bonding dreams. Well, that was a lot. Royal drama, sister-in-law tension, media shade, and family feuds galore. But you already know in the world of crowns and palaces, the tea never stops brewing. If you love this deep dive into the Meghan and Kate saga, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and smash that notification bell so you don't miss the next royal gossip drop. And tell me in the comments, whose side are you on? Team Kate, Team Meghan? or just here for the drama like me? Let's spill it all below. Stay messy, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one. Keep sipping on that royal tea.